Hey everybody, hope things are great with you. We're continuing the series on trauma, and in this video I'll be speaking on the trauma of multiple losses. Multiple losses is defined as failures in a sequential and timely fashion, right? You do something, you embark or you endeavor on doing something, you commence the job, but at a certain time, at a certain phase, the job collapses. You try again, it collapses again. You try again, and it collapses again. So it is a timely collapse of your endeavors, of your effort, anything that you do. It just fails again and again. Say if you take an exam, you go to the paper, everything is done, you sit and you fail. And you try again, you learn, you study really hard, you sit again and you fail again. And this multiple, it can be anything. It can be a business, it can be your, maybe you're trying to lose your weight, or maybe you're trying to gain some knowledge, you're trying to do something new. Maybe you're trying to build something. Whatever your endeavors are, it fails at certain times. So this multiple losses creates some kind of a psychological effect on us. So being an astrologer and a life coach, I have seen people from all walks of life, not just students, but you have also other people who are working, people who are like housewives, people who have retired, and anybody, right? They go through this trauma that they couldn't get things done, right? They're trying their level best, but it keeps failing at every attempt. Okay, so what are first you need to assess their emotional state. Now this is a difficult one. I've seen astrologers just giving some solution, some remedy, like on the fly, but that's not how this works. There are some things that you can do quickly, but this kind of a thing, it's complicated, and you need to really take some time and understand what your querent or what is your client is having, your emotional state, psychological state, everything. You need to look at it and then come up with the remedy. So the first thing that you need to know, there are a few things. I'm just going to cover a little bit, all right? Of course, this is not an exhaustive list. There's so many things that you need to check. There's a plethora of data you need to crunch, but let's take just these two. The first would be a sense, it's to see if they go through a sense of hopelessness. And this is common sense, right? Because they will lose it. After some time, you try once, twice, three times, the fourth, and the fifth time, you tend to lose it. That sense of hopelessness creates, it creates a feeling that things will never get better. Sometimes pessimism, some people call it pessimism. You just feel so low. Every time you try, you fail and fail and fail. So that is something which is prevalent in these trauma, in these cases. The second thing is guilt. Okay, this is a common one. The guilt that they think that they could have done better. They should have done preventive. They should have taken preventive measures. They should have learned from the previous lessons, the mistakes. But they feel that they did not do a good job in learning from their previous mistakes. As such, this problem has occurred, and as such, they have failed again. So that guilt is always there, that they think that they should have done better. They should have done proper due diligence. They should have done their homework. They should have learned their lessons. So it's sort of self-blaming occurs to them. That guilt is very strong. Guilt and shame sometimes is strong there. But the third one is the key. Okay, from my years of experience as a coach and an astrologer, I'm going to tell you the third one is resentment. Resentment is a complicated feeling. It's an emotional state where you have jealousy, hatred, anger, frustration, guilt, shame. All these things together is called resentment. Very dangerous emotions. Very, very dangerous, because it's self-inflicting. It's harmful for yourself, right? For them, people who are in resentment, they think the whole world is against them, right? Say you wanted to go on a diet, okay, and you do for the first 1 week, and the second week you fail. Okay, you start to binge eat and whatever. So you put on more weight than you were before. And if this occurs a few times, resentment will creep in. Resentment will say that they have a good family, or they have a better healthcare system, or they have more money to buy more nutritious food, healthy, or they have a better cook in their house, or maybe the food itself that they consume. I have a very bad, they go into social government, whatever they can pick on, right? To blame others for their failure. That's what resentment is all about. It's a very dangerous thing. It also affects relationship within the family as well. So in my experience, years of experience, this is what I have seen. And so there are astrologically, there are three things you need to look. First is the moon. Moon, of course, is all about mental distress. Okay, that goes to that saying. Second is Mars, Mangal, as we call it. Mars is more on resentment. Okay, resentment, anger, frustration, inability to move for progress. That's what Mars is. Tenacity. You need to look at that. And of course, Rahu. Rahu's jealousy and hatred. So these three grahas needs to be assessed. Now, of course, this is not exhaustive. So many other things, depending to your clients, the things that they have in their charts, they themselves as a person, their experience that they had, all these things needs to be analyzed to provide a good remedy. And of course, my remedies are both astrological and also by life coaching skills as well. All right, so I'm going to stop here. Do connect with me if you're interested to have a consultation, and I'll talk to you soon.